Hey guys, Kid Broly back, and this is with Deku had a intelligence quirk part. I forget which part, but I'll just check. Pretty sure it's like 3. I've already watched the video, but yeah. So, yeah. And I'm giving a shout out to Anime God. He has more subs than me, but he insisted that I do this anyways. Yeah, we've been talking a lot lately about, our, about the book I'm making and the, manga he's making. I even asked him if he could, make the book I'm making into a manga, so, yeah. If you're curious, I'll link it down below, the, manga I'm making, the book I'm making. So, yeah, there's a lot of spelling errors in it, so sorry about that. But, yeah. So let's get started with this what if. So, and you guys chose the Momo ship. So, yeah. Pretty much, it's going to be like Momo's dad basically ask the creator of, Deku's, basically ask Deku if, his son or, well, yeah, his son, if he has a son, because they probably know each other, and basically Deku says, I am way too young to have a son, and basically, yeah, Momo's father asks, then how old are you? And Deku says 16, and basically, his jaw drops, basically, because he is so confused, because A, he created a company, B, he's richer than, anyone. Well, not anyone, but richer than them. And C, he's his daughter's age. So, basically, Deku is, Momo's father asked if he would like to marry, his daughter. And Deku says, no, why? And Momo's dad says, well, we can help you out. We're only half as rich as you, so we can potentially help fund your business. And it would be a good investment in both of our lives. Pretty much, he's trying to get more money out of it. And Deku says, I really don't want to marry anyone. Maybe when I'm older. And Momo's dad says, fine. We might get, we'll hold you to that. And basically, yeah, Deku says, hold me to what? It's not a contract. I'm just saying I might marry, and if it happens to be your daughter, it happens to be your daughter. And basically, yeah, they say, well, at least, and Deku says, if I do end up dating her, I might end up dating her, so just show me a picture of her, and I might take her on a date. Basically, because he's holding all the cards in this situation, Basically, yeah, they are asking him to, date, their daughter, so, yeah. And they say, sure. Not like this is going to be an arranged marriage. At least we can show you a picture. And he says, oh, I have her in my class. And they say, what? Oh, and he wears a mask to all their meetings, so, yeah. And they basically say, you have her in your class? Wait, you go to UA? And Deku says, Pretty much, yeah, he goes to UA. And Deku is pretty much just going to say, fine, I'll take her on a date. If she doesn't like me, she doesn't like me. If I don't like her, I don't like her. And they basically just agree. And he just basically takes her on one date. And he basically just says, "How are you?" And basically just takes her to a restaurant. Probably the richest the most high-class restaurant in the entire not US, but in the entirety of the world. But yeah, pretty much he's going to be taking her to a really, really rich place. And she's basically asking, "How much is this costing you?" And Deku says, "Oh, it's costing me like five grand." And she's saying, so, why are your parents making you do this?" And he says, "My parents aren't making me do this. I'm just choosing to." And she says, "Wait, why are you taking me here then? And how big is your allowance? I'm just curious." And Deku says, is the entirety of the Deku Corp. I'm just calling it Deku Corp at this point, because I don't know the name. So yeah. Does the entirety of Deku Corp count? How much does the entirety of Deku Corp make? And she says, I think approximately $6 trillion a year. And Deku says, about half that. So about 3 sextillion. And she's saying, "What?" And she's basically saying, "So, what do your parents do?" And Deku says, "My dad basically is, he's basically overseas at a job, and my mother's dead. If you don't remember me telling you that." And Deku says, basically says, "But I actually, am the founder of Deku Corp." And she is her jaw is wide open. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that I'm pretty sure I didn't say that they know that he's, the founder of Deku Corp. So, yeah. I don't remember if I did or not, but I'm just going to say he didn't tell them. So, yeah, basically, pretty much, they're on a date, and she's just really impressed. And, yeah. Deku is pretty much just going to be, going on the date, take her home on a helicopter, and, pretty much just take her home in a, helicopter, and Deku is, just going to say, "Had fun. Want to do another date? Want to have another date?" And she says, "Maybe." And they basically are just blushing at this point. Deku might be a little blunt, but, he's just, he just really likes her. So, yeah. Deku is pretty much just going to have a lot of fun. So, yeah. Deku is pretty much just going to do a lot of stuff. They are pretty close to figuring out the secret behind going to different dimensions. And a lot of people are mad about this, but yeah. A lot of, not a lot of people are mad about this, but some people might be a little mad about this because they're working on interdimensional travel, and, Uh, Deku is going to start calling, well, Momo Princess because, because she's his little princess. So, yeah. Deku is pretty much just going to be pretty flirty with her. And, yeah. So, let's get on to the USJ. This is all happening before the USJ, by the way. Pretty much, Deku is just going to be going to the USJ. Everyone's just going to be wondering why he's not a hero yet. Because he can easily pass the exams. Oh, right, and I forgot to mention that he figured out artificial skin and stuff like that. So, yeah. Deku pretty much is just going to, well, Deku is pretty much just going to have fun. Not at the USJ. He's going to go in, the villains are going to be attacking, and once he sees that, he cracks a smile. And you can actually hear bones cracking in his face. Because he's not had a smile like this in a long time. Pretty much, it just is sounding like... And, yeah. Deku is pretty much just going to smile and just start running up to attack the villains. A portal appears, just throwing him back into the wall. And he's curious why that happened. Oh, and at this point, he's as strong as All Might. No, in his youth. So, yeah. So, 100% All Might in his youth. So, yeah. So, he can probably defeat, the I forget what, the Nomu. He can defeat the Nomu with ease. Plus, the Nomu only does it for kinetic energy. Well, yeah. If you punch it, if you stab it or burn it, it can go straight through the Nomu. So, yeah. Basically, kill the Nomu as soon as possible. Just imagine it like a flamethrower. He has the strength of All Might at 100%. So, yeah. Deku is going to pretty much just go straight for each villain. But, yeah. He's just going to, he's going to have all these parts on him. Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to get into this. Like, he has this bag and he basically pulls it out and then just starts tinkering with some stuff. And he pretty much creates this little factory type area. It's drilling into the ground too. And it's basically creating these little robots with flamethrowers, nukes, and, well, not nukes, but these pretty much nukes, but with, these lasers and stuff like that. And he's basically saying, from Deku Corp, basically patenting it, taking a picture of it and showing what it can do, and got a patent for it. So, yeah. Yeah, all the stuff he does gets patents now, Basically, that's how rich he is. He can easily get patents. So, yeah. Deku is pretty much just going to be so rich that he can get patents for anything. I mean, seriously. He has enough money to, I don't know, buy the moon, buy Mars, buy the entirety of Earth. I'm pretty sure that you can buy Earth with that much money. But, yeah, that's pretty much the entire world. That's pretty much all the money in the world. So, yeah. Yeah, he is pretty greedy with his money. But pretty charitable with it, too. Like, he even owns companies that are charities, so, yeah. I mean, he gives a lot of his money away to, well, he gives a lot of his money, yet he gives a lot of his money to Africa, for people to get food in there, and yeah, I don't know a lot of charity is off, the top of my head. I only know that. I only know, for Africa, sorry. But yeah. Deku does give a lot of his money away. And, well, pretty much, Deku just created that support item off, just off pure luck. Well, not luck, but off just pure instinct. And put a patent on it. But, yeah. And a lot of those villains are dead. Not dead, but captured. Alright, 16 minutes. But yeah, pretty much that happens. And Deku is already won, pretty much. And then once they call for the Nomu, basically the Nomu destroys all that stuff. And Deku sees that, basically pulls out his arm, looks down at the scope, and basically blasts the Nomu with his humongous amount of energy stored up in his arm. So, yeah. Oh, and at this point in the story, he can wirelessly transmit energy to it, his company. So, yeah. And at this point, he's 50% done with creating the portal gun, so, yeah. Deku is pretty much just going to be, well, bored right after that and saying, those were villains? That was such an easy fight. And basically just say, you know what? I'll take the rest of the school years, but I can already graduate and be perfectly fine. So, yeah. I mean, Deku even says, I really am doing this. I have PhDs in everything science related. And I am doing this. Okay? Okay. And just, he's just saying it's boring for him to just do class if, And then he just says, you know what? I'll just wait. Then they all are just going. And Deku says, like the show, princess? And winks at, Momo. And she just starts blushing. And, the entirety of Class 1A is wondering why, he did that, and if they're dating, Plus, Deku is pretty much just going to be just going to Class 1B yet next and saying, sorry I'm late, teach, but I had to go to the USJ, which was so boring. And he says, oh, it's fine. If anything, you should be teaching this class. Nezu can learn something from you. So, yeah. The entirety of Class 1B says, oh, who is this? And Deku introduces himself as the founder of Deku Corp. And they all are saying, what? How old are you? And Deku says, 16, like most of you. And, yeah. They're all, saying, what? So, you must have an intelligence quirk, right? That's basically what what was her name called again? What was her name? I gotta go check something. Mai says, you must have an intelligence quirk, right? And he says, yeah. Plus, I have these tendrils that come out of my back, and a robot arm. A robot arm, a robot leg, and a robot eye. And she's saying, and basically saying, those are your babies? And Deku is saying, yep. And basically saying, also the robots, and also the humanoid skin, and yeah. And she's basically saying, yeah, basically because she can't wait to work with him and want to study his notes, so yeah. And Deku says, I also have a generator in this arm that is wirelessly powering my company as well as my arm and leg. And also eye. So, yeah. Pretty much. She is just really, really, loving him at this point. But I am not doing the ship because people suggested that I do Momo. So, sorry if you wanted to Mai, which would be perfect. But yeah. Pretty much, Deku is just going to be, going to be doing some experiments and stuff like that. The entire class is watching. Deku ends up creating a metal, that melts. Well, he ends up creating some nanobots. And it pretty much just, they pretty much just go around, they pretty much just act like, a liquid, pretty much. So, yeah. And Deku pretty much, Deku is pretty much just going to, use them for, I don't know. He's pretty much just going to be using them to create stuff for him, And Deku, Deku pretty much just uses them for some experiments and stuff like that. He sends them out into space to, find life and stuff like that, spread throughout the entire universe, and have them make more of themselves, to, create rockets and stuff like that to go back to Earth and stuff like that. And basically start mining out entire planets. And he's basically going to be doing this for years. Deku pretty much just goes, Deku just goes, Deku just goes to Mars, Pretty much he's been studying how to, go to Mars and stuff like that. He goes there instantly now. He also has the power to teleport, so yeah, he sets up a teleporter there. And Deku goes, Deku pretty much goes to Mars and, he just goes to Mars and sets up air and a actual atmosphere and actually makes it green there too. So the red planet is now the green planet with lots of water. So yeah. And that's pretty much what happens. So yeah. Gonna see you guys later, and peace.